Spring is in the air. And while others might be thinking about heading outside to start that garden, or maybe power cleaning the winter blahs out of the house, we homeschool moms turn to thoughts of curriculum, of course. What else would we possibly think about, right? But today, we're going to bump our usual curriculum musings up a notch and look at some great supplemental resources. So, if you're like me, when you get into that year in review mode where you're comparing goals with, accomplishments, it's just too easy to obsessively focus on ramping it up for next year. Better curriculum for starters, right? If we just had the right materials, our homeschool would be a shining beacon of learning. Or maybe not. Yeah, today I'm going to share a secret with you. Guess what? How your homeschool is doing is not really about the curriculum. It is all about the attitude, as in yours and your kids. If the goal of your homeschool is to cram every bit of knowledge into your children's minds, you're going to fail. It is what it is. You're going to be frustrated. Your kids will be overwhelmed and bored. However, if your goal is filling those little hearts and minds with the joy of learning, hey, now you're on to something. And this is where I step in to help you think outside the curriculum box. Today I've got some great teaching toolbox ideas for supplemental resources that will supply both the fun and the successful side of learning. Hey, this stuff is guaranteed to replace droopy attitudes with smiling faces. Ooh, and speaking of smiling faces, if you like this video, be sure to hit that happy little like button down below there and subscribe to this channel so you don't miss a single new Homeschool University video. And now, let the fun begin. Okay, here are my top supplemental fun resources that will put a happy little bounce in your school day. Yeah. By the way, these aren't in any particular order, so just because one is first doesn't mean that it's better than the one that's last. And these do all apply to all ages. So let's dive in. Games are great because they build all kinds of mad skills without your kids even knowing that they're learning. Yeah, for math, you got your classic board games that range from the, simple count your moves like Life to counting money like Monopoly. Or how about language arts? That one calls for word games like Scrabble and Word Yahtzee. Or maybe you're teaching geography. Hey, this one's a blast. I can personally say that. Ticket to Ride. Games that rely on logic and thinking skills are really great for older kids and teens. This time I'm talking about reasoning games like Set or Zangle, and serious strategy classics like the ever wonderful Stratego. If you have boys and you don't have Stratego in your house, what is wrong with you? No, just kidding. But seriously, great games all the way around. So, the whole family can play a board game or just a couple of the kids, but with enough supervision to fend off the inevitable sibling rivalry. Oh, you know what I'm talking about.
We'll be flying at an altitude of 30,000 feet.
Tangrams hit the Tactile Learning home run. You use a set of 7 of these shaped tiles. You have a square, you have a parallelogram, 2 big triangles, a medium triangle, and 2 small triangles. Okay, and you use these to make all kinds of figures and shapes. So for younger kids, I really like using this book. Scoot these out of the way here. tangrammables, okay? This is really a lot of fun. It starts out with simple shape matching. So basically it's got a picture that your child's going to put the right shape pieces in to make that shape. Then once your child gets the hang of things, the bulk of this book is spent in these pages. You're figuring out how to make the tiles combine to then make the animal or object shape on the page. Now on this one, bonus points, the solutions for all of these are in the back of the book so that you don't have to figure this out yourself. Yay! And then let's go to the last section in this book, which would be a little more complex. For this one, you're actually going to take a set number of tiles, the numbers up here in the corner, and make the shape that's on the page. I say a little more complex, but still very doable for elementary aged kids. Now, for older kids, I really like these. Tangos. These come in a set of cards, right? This happens to be set number 2. Whoop. But on these cards, you've got a shape up at the top that the student is supposed to use the tangram shapes, right? The tangram tiles to then make that shape. And then to find out if you did it correctly, you just flip the card over, and there at the bottom of the card is that shape made with the tiles. So these things are a lot of fun, both of these resources. But if you need more ideas, you can certainly type tangrams into that internet search box and prepare to be amazed. Seriously, tangrams are a great way to teach logical thinking. And bonus points on this one, how about the very best way to fit all those groceries in the back of Mom's minivan? What kid doesn't love rubber bands? So to use geoboards, you just stretch the rubber bands around the pins. That's all there is to it. These boards come in different sizes and pin configurations. This orange board, yeah, this is great for younger kids because the pins are widely spaced, and you've even got a circle on the back of the board that you could use to tell time, yeah? Older kids will want to use this blue board because all of these pins give you a lot more anchors to use for, more complicated creations, right? Okay. So for activities, you can use a book like this, Geoboard Activity Sheets. It's just got all kinds of activity shapes that your kids can duplicate. You can also search online for loads of really creative ideas like mapping out the constellations or maybe drawing a butterfly with rubber bands. Oh yeah. Got a teen slogging through geometry? This is a great way for them to be able to visualize things like perimeter and area and even the angles themselves, right? Hey, something for everyone here. Yippee! Want your kids to fall in love with language? Want their writing to be fluent and engaging? And how about throwing in a little self-confidence at the same time? Hey, pull out a few books of silly poetry and have your kids memorize poems to perform for the family. This is a top-tier way to improve everything about how your kids interact with the written and spoken word. And you want to go for those silly poems because they're fun, yeah. So Jack Prelutsky is one of my favorite authors, and I highly recommend this 3-volume edition. This is A Pizza the Size of the Sun, The New Kid on the Block, and this one, Something Big Has Been Here. So let me just share a little poem from one of these. None of these poems are super long. This one in particular is very short. This is called Do Not Approach an Emu. Do not approach an emu. The bird does not esteem you. It yields a quick and wicked kick that's guaranteed to cream you. Okay, this is fun. So encourage your kids to memorize these poems using funny voices and dramatic gestures and timing, right? And you'll discover the budding thespian hiding in every child. Science is all around us in the natural world, and I truly believe that the best science lessons for our kids happen on nature walks. Yep, to get the most bang for your buck on an old-fashioned walk in the park, arm your kids with these great pocket microscopes. These inexpensive little gadgets are mind-blowing. It's the difference between this ordinary picture of just a flower and this really in-depth look at the same thing. It's a whole world of difference, right? And bonus points, this is going to be fun because it takes you outside. Studies have shown a direct correlation between eye-rolling attitudes and math books. Yeah, okay, let's just say it. Math is not fun for most of us. It usually falls into that necessary evil category. But wait, it's wrap-ups to the rescue. The funnest way ever to learn all those pesky math facts. So let's take these out of the box here. See if we can get that open. All right. So here are the basic version of learning wrap-ups. This happens to be the multiplication set, okay? So we're going to take a look at how we use these. You'll notice that down the front, on the front, you see two rows of numbers, right? You've got a row here on the side and a matching row on the other side, but the numbers are jumbled, right? You'll see the Y in just a minute. And then you've got a center operation and a number. So you're going to take this little attached string and you're going to wrap it. I'm going to show you how to do this here. We're going to go to our ×5 key here. So you're going to take the string and you're going to wrap it from the number on the left, okay, which in this case is 2. You're going to take it and you're going to multiply it by what the number in the middle is, ×5. 2 times 5 is 10. Aha! And then you're going to go to the next one. 4 times 5 is 20. And the next one, 5 times 5 is 25. How about 7 times 5 is, all the way up here, 35, and so on, okay? Then you finish the entire length of the key, and you're going to take the string, stuff it right there in the little slot for it, turn this over, and you're going to see that the lines that you've made match the lines on the back of the key. Right. Now your child knows they've gotten the answers right. You know, this is fabulous. No more boring pencils and paper needed. These foam letters are perfect for beginning readers and teaching phonics, but you can also get some good use out of them with older kids. How about a hands-on spelling bee with a 1-minute timer? Or maybe you have a kinesthetic learner. Trust me, I feel your pain. I have one myself. So these hands-on kids tend to be absolutely terrible at spelling because the letters staring up at them from the page never really connect with their brain, right? These tactile letters, they can physically pick up and move around, can be a huge help. Regular spelling tests using these foamies can create that necessary pathway from the hands to the brain for these kids. By the way, I really like letters with the magnetic backing because they stay where you put them, which is more than I can say for most kids. I have a pretty active imagination, but even I can't really visualize a place I've never been, no matter how good the pictures are or the description is in that geography book. Yep, there is nothing like a good travel video to give you an honest feel for the place and the people that live there. Now, I personally love this one as a general travel around the world kind of thing. This is Journey of a Lifetime from Reader's Digest. I love the subtitle here. Embark on the global odyssey of your dreams. My dreams are pretty big, but this video does a good job. And then if you want to get into specific countries, you can't beat World's Greatest Train Ride videos. Now, sadly, you will have to drag out your old VHS player if you want these on your shelf, but some of them have been uploaded here on YouTube, so try that first. I'm telling you, these things are a great way for your kids to get out and explore the world without leaving home. As always, thank you so much for allowing me to join you on this crazy journey we call homeschooling. I want you now to go out there and use these supplemental resources and teach like your hair's on fire, but do it in a practical, purposeful, positive way. You can do this, homeschool mom, because you are amazing.
Hey now, take a step outside and seize the day.